hello there and welcome to Sister Sister, your favorite all-women talk show, coming to you live from Accra, Ghana. We're live on 97.3 City FM and also live on City TV, live in sub-Saharan Africa. Yeah, thank God for DSTV channel 363. Totally thrilled to come your way once again. My name is Jessica, and tonight we're going to be talking about, as usual, relationships, because, well, the fun never stops, right? Her husband deleted their wedding photos and replaced them with nude photos of other women. She's written to the show and she wants to know exactly how to proceed. Plus, his girlfriend is still talking to her ex. These exes never seem to disappear. We talk about this and more, later on in the show. Remember, the show is brought to you by Vodafone. It is also brought to you by Secure, and I'll be giving you more details on that. There's several ways that you can interact with us on the show today, but, I'm going to tell you all about that right after this. Welcome back, Sister Sister, City TV, City FM. So, you can reach us in various ways. You can send an email to jessica@cityfmonline.com. You can send a WhatsApp to 054-998-6996 and prefix it with the country code if you're messaging us from outside Ghana. And, of course, you can also search for us on Facebook at Sister Sister LIVE. Like our page, join all the exciting interactions that happen there, or just send us a DM if you'd like us to address any of the issues you may be going through right here on the show. But tonight, of course, my sisters are here with me. One joining us all the way from South Africa. Her name is Zama Ndoda, and she is a screenwriter. Zama, so good to see you. I hope you're well and keeping safe in SA.
Thank you so much for having me. I am doing very well, and I'm very excited to be here tonight with you all.
Super stuff. We also have Rosina in-house. What's going on, girl? Everything okay?
I'm fine.
Super. How was your week?
Hi, Jessica. I wasn't coming.
I know. You had a good week?
I did have a very good week. Very good week.
Great.
I'm excited.
Made some money?
Always make money. It's all about the money, isn't it?
Yeah, and Ceci is in the studio as well. How you doing, darling?
I'm good. Yourself?
I'm all right. Can't complain.
Looking good.
New week, new hustle. Thank you. Me darling. Okay, we'll go right into action, not waste too much time. I'll jump right into the messages because people are waiting to hear from us. So this one says, hello, sisters. We dated for 4 years and got married last year. Now, during our courtship days, he made me understand that I was his first girlfriend. Some months into our marriage, I took his phone and saw a chat between him and a certain lady where he told her that he had missed her and wanted her back. He even sent his nude pictures to the lady. I asked him, and he told me she was his ex, but he didn't really mean what he was saying to her. He then went on to confess that he had cheated on me with 3 other women during our courtship. He apologized, and I forgave him. The main issue now is there was a pen drive that contained all our wedding photos and videos. I took it one day and saw that he had deleted all those videos without my consent. And that's not even the issue. He had uploaded nude pictures of his ex-girlfriends on them. I'm really hurt and I'm shocked. To delete our wedding photos and videos is not as painful as just replacing them with his ex's nudes. I haven't asked him why he did that, and he doesn't know that I've actually seen them. How do I confront him about what I saw? Because I don't want him to lie to me again. And that's the first message that has hit our inbox today on the show. Rosina, I'm coming straight for you.
I was hoping.
Yeah, I know.
Will take it. Anyways, So that means for the whole 4 years, she never really knew the man, and the man is probably into nudes. Men hardly send news to women. I don't know. And he seems like a liar. You're my first girlfriend, but he had other girls before. Or maybe it was the truth. She was his first girlfriend.
Like
but official. But he was, doing other things on the side. But the thing about the pen drive, you see, their pen drives can look very similar. They can look the same. So my thing is that unless you probably want to find out, or you can just one day take that pen drive whilst he's there, with the assumption of, just checking to see your wedding photos. And if you put it in and then it doesn't pop up and it's nude pictures that pop up, then you can have that conversation, because it's possible that it's just a similar pen drive. But it's also possible that it has been replaced. But I think it's too soon to make assumptions when you haven't confronted the case head on. Aside that, but I think that this man is shady. You guys need to have a serious sit-down conversation. I don't know how that conversation was had when he admitted to you that yes, he sent his nude pictures. It's so disrespectful. You're a married man. What are you doing sending your nude pictures to some girl? So he did that. And he's confessed to you that, there are some other 3 girls that, he's had an affair with aside you. I don't know whether his agenda is just to break your heart. I don't know what he wants to do. I'm trying to wrap my mind around, what his agenda really is. So I don't know what kind of conversation you had that you forgave him and moved on. I think they need to have a proper conversation, because in the setting of a marriage, so far as both of you have consented to have the kind of marriage where it is one man, one woman, I think I need to respect the vows. And even once in a while, there may be mistakes, lapses, but not us. It's just 1 year into the marriage. It's too soon to have all these things happening. And if he's into nudes as a fetish, it's something that you need to look at.
Right.
And probably address it. I really don't know what to say about this. The question is that, did she know that side of him before?
I doubt it.
That side of wanting nudes, when they were dating, had he ever asked her to send him nudes? Did she send it? I mean, what's the history there? Because sometimes when messages are sent, it's sent as a surprise, but we all know that sometimes there are, telltale signs somewhere along the relationship. It's just that you ignored it, because when he asked for the nudes, you said you won't give it, and he said, okay, fine. So you thought that, okay, it was okay. But at least it shouldn't shock you so much.
Right.
So let's see. But for the pen drive, I think that you need to have a sit-down conversation, because if you deleted your wedding photos and replaced it with nude pictures of his exes, for me, that's a huge deal breaker. It's a huge, because you see, photos are memories. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you can never go back and get it back. The experience, you just can't get it back. So that's a huge red flag. But before you start making assumptions, let's make sure that it is the same pen drive and not a similar pen drive.
Okay. All right, Ceci, I saw you nodding your head when you talked about the photos.
She made a lot of valid points. So I just want to know if she is really sure that these are photos of his exes.
Okay.
Because he can pick random pictures off the internet.
But does it make it any better?
No, it doesn't. But the way she says, okay, it is his exes. Maybe he has a fetish, like Rosina rightly said, a fetish for nudes. So I'm going to go based on the assumption that, okay, these are his exes. First of all, the guy told a very needless lie. You are the first woman I've ever been with. I don't know how guys think, like, if I tell you that you are the only one I've ever dated, I don't know how they want you to feel. Like, maybe they want you to feel like, hey, I'm the first. But for me, if you are dating me and you are telling me that I'm your first, it's even a problem for me, because you are inexperienced. Maybe there are some things that you are not supposed to take to heart, but then you are going to take it to heart. Maybe you are so new at this, you are so green. If I do something and I feel like, okay, it is nothing to, I mean, it's not a subject to broach, you'll be hurt, and then you'll be all like, Charlie, me, it will be a problem for me. Right. So me, if you tell me that I'm the first person you have ever dated, now it will make me be walking on eggshells around you, you bab. And I mean, so he's a liar, and he sounds like he's a cheat. He has gross disrespect and disregard for the marriage. Why would you delete our wedding pictures? Because you only get married once.
Right.
For nudes,
maybe he's back. Okay, to be fair, maybe he's backed it up somewhere. But is it still justified?
No, Jessica, no. Because you only get married once. That's if it is the pen drive. Okay, so I'm just going based on the assumption that it is the pen drive, and you only get married once. Fine, you have. How much is a pen drive
that you couldn't
buy another one? That is if it is the same one that you deleted the pictures off of. And now that we have cloud services, we have OneDrive, you have the iCloud and so on and so forth. You can put all those pictures there. Why do you have to use that particular pen drive? Unless, of course, he wants you to find the pen drive, or he's trying to send a message, some subtle message. Because if the pen drive was where I could easily find it, it will get me thinking a bit like, did he really want me to find this? Why did he have to use the same? Even if it was a similar pen drive, why would you even use that pen drive?
Right.
So, like Rosina said, you need to have a conversation with him, because with marriage, there are some things that you might have to let go of. It won't do much harm if you let go of them. It's like you are sacrificing your whole personality. There are certain things that she needs to, adjust to. There are certain things that you need to drop, because it might affect your marriage. So she needs to talk to him. Not that, she should just go cool head. She shouldn't go and then you have deleted the pictures and she should just go have a cool, calm, collected conversation with him. Let him know that, okay, this and this and this is what is going to be a deal breaker.
Right.
Talk to him. Find out if he's willing to let go of all these things, or what you have outlined, all the problems that you have outlined. If you get some resistance from him, then you have your answer.
Right.
If you get some remorsefulness from him, some people, until you catch them, they are not remorseful. But
they're only sorry they were caught.
Exactly. So if he's willing to work on it, the timeline or the grace period you're going to give him is solely up to you. You use your discretion. If it continues, talk to somebody, maybe your counselor or whoever it is. The person can come in. If it still persists, then, the ball is in your court.
Yeah. All right, let's bring in a South African perspective, shall we? Zama, on to you.
I agree with both Rosina and Sissy. I also found it to be such a needless lie. It was absolutely unnecessary. And what I caught in her telling us that he admitted that he cheated 3 times, or maybe, he's had girlfriends before her, is that he's been lying practically the entire relationship. So for her to say, I don't want him to lie to me again, I feel like, not to be too harsh, but she needs to kind of look at herself in the mirror and be more honest, because he's already told you what he's done wrong and you've forgiven him.
Right.
And what you're setting up is forgiving him again and again and again, because he can be honest and know that she will stay. So I agree in the sense that, number one, she needs to have a conversation to clarify, because if those are the only copies of the wedding pictures, yay. Wow. Listen, people have divorced over less, but they make not stir the pots. I think a conversation needs to be had, because Sissy made a point about the fact that it's very easily found. It was a pen drive that belonged to the both of them that had the wedding pictures, so she was eventually going to find it. Hopefully it's another pen drive, but then again, we can only speculate unless she has a conversation. And finally, I agree with Sissy, she needs to decide for herself. And, it's marriage, these things are difficult. She needs to decide whether they're going to work through it, or whether she's going to allow herself to be lied to for the rest of her marriage. And she deserves so much more than that.
Totally agree. There's everything wrong with this particular relationship from the get-go. Him lying about, this... she being his first. I don't know if he thought, like you're saying, that was make her go, ooh, and and suddenly be, I don't know.
Probably gullible.
Well, maybe.
Yeah, maybe that's what got her, like, I'm his first.
But I think that was the dumb lie number one. And then there's the whole, the nudes, and obviously him cheating on her even when they were courting and that kind of thing. I feel like once a cheat, always a cheat. And usually when you catch them, they will tell you that they only apologize because they were caught. I've even had a male friend tell me that for him, he thinks cheating is actually what keeps his marriage going. Blew my mind. Yes, that's what he said to me. Because he said that when he goes back home after cheating, he feels guilty. And so he treats his wife better.
He's sick.
He would get her roses, he would get her chocolate, etc., etc. Right? In his warped mind, this is a thing. And most men also cheat just because they can. And it's like sometimes you need to just put your foot down and say, you know what, I'm going to accept this from you or not. Because at the end of the day, you decide, or you're the one who sort of decides how people treat you, right? So you should just put your foot down and say, you know what, make up your mind whether you still want to be in this marriage. I'm not even going to like wait. I'll just confront you. I've seen these nudes here, the pen drive, open it. Let's see what's on it. You know, open it up, you know, and then tell me who's this? Oh, your ex. So why are you keeping these pictures? And where are our wedding pictures? Show me. I want to see. Like, I'm taking all the proof right there so I can take an immediate decision, right? So, dear lady, I think, Charlie, this relationship is pretty much on its way out the door, you know? Think through it. He probably will lie to you again, so I don't think you should even necessarily be too concerned about how to confront him, because either way, it may go south. Just make sure you put all your cards on the table, tell him what you will tolerate and what you won't, and read between the lines. If he's being honest with you about what he will do, and you think that he is remorseful enough not to repeat it, fine, stay in the relationship. If not, well, you take that decision. A couple of comments. Nana Kweku says, as married people, we must be careful with how we use the word I miss you in marriages, especially when it has to do with people we have feelings for. Some spouses turn a blind eye to this, but it's very dangerous, especially for a woman to be telling a man who's not her husband that she misses them. It's equally wrong for men. If it becomes a constant thing in the marriage for a spouse to be missing a certain member of the opposite sex, it's a red flag. My sister, the man still has feelings for his ex. Mike says, prepare yourself for divorce. He's a chronic liar. It's either you spend the rest of your life unhappy or you find your happiness. Lydia says, the heart of men. I have some questions for her though. 1, does he show you off, as in tell his friends about you or walk freely in the streets with you? If yes, that means he's not ashamed of you. But if no, then there's a big question mark. My sister, it's painful to go into a marriage before getting to know it was not built on solid ground. But since you're already in, the best time to ask this question is at dawn. Ask him in a polite manner and add your emotions to it. So like you wake him up at night and say,
he'll think of lying.
I mean, you ladies are married. Is that really the best time to talk? It depends, right?
It depends.
On your partner.
It can be during the day. You just pick the right time that maybe he's in an okay mood to talk about it.
But if he knows he's been bad, he'll never be in a good mood.
I think our parents taught us that, you know, someone you offend your dad or something, your mom will wake you up at dawn to go and say sorry. So I think that is ingrained in us. But sometimes I need to know the kind of person you're with to figure out, because in my case, if you wake him up at dawn, the fact that he disturbed his sleep alone,
yes, will make him mad, right?
Him off.
I agree.
But for me, if you wake me up at dawn, maybe because I was cultured that way, I see it as, you know, you really want to get my attention, and I'll probably give it to you. That's if it's me.
Okay.
You understand? But for him, nah, he wouldn't appreciate the dawn. He would appreciate when he's okay, then you drop one line. Then he was just like, oh, what do you mean by this? And then you kind of like carry it on from there. Yeah.
Well, Queen says, be bold. Confront him about it. Let him know that you found out about everything. Every hidden thing that has happened will definitely come to light one day. This is his time. Let him tell you everything, for I don't think you want to divorce him, but your next decision will be based on what you hear from him. I believe these red flags are red flags, and you want to clear your doubts about it. Joy says, my sister insert the pen drive into a laptop or a flat screen TV and then leave it for him to see. When he comes to see it, then you can question him about it and tell him you wanted to watch and print and frame some of your wedding pictures from the pen drive only to discover the nudes. You then ask him to explain. I'm sure he might tell you the truth. Kitty says, marriage nowadays has lost its credibility. Cheating has become normal. We no longer value marriage as a sacred thing. God forgive and strengthen us. And finally, Nee says, I'm dumbfounded. What a shady man. But about how to go about unveiling the truth, be very intentionally diabolical in your tactics. Let him feel the pain. Simply surprise him. I like
It's coming from a man.
Yeah. We'll go for a quick commercial break. When we come back, more of your messages. Don't go anywhere.
Hello, viewers. I'm feeling very frustrated and bored in Sambulai. I'm very happy. If you don't understand, don't worry, because myself, I don't understand. In this addition, Vodafone Ghana has now made it possible to send money from Vodafone Cash to all network free. We'll cross over to our senior reporter for more details.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm standing in front downtown. You know, I'm learning to make a vlog. I'm not funny as you said. Vodafone, I'm not quite said. Ultimate Senesika to Topia, Emily to Topia, Echo all the network. I will check up there. Me Tissi Montezo, Diamond Foken.
Fifia, Matendo says, don't you put on charges, Manome? Two, you bro, charges on your wumlo, and the harmonium. A beer says, do not have charges or Clondine.
Handing on your fanny no me. He send Amanika charges, man, or charges I met G. Naka charges say when we know, money cafe any BP. Oh, honey, food for oh,
For me, I do a lot of online transactions. I think I see. See, the excitement for me is that I get to save a lot on Vodafone Cash.
Please put me down.
I'm so excited. I can now send money to all networks without any charges.
Me ye Geneva. A BBS says me chia me juma ye foka no. Sika me chia se charges no. And do so do. Nanso say dear. Me da Vodafone Cash.
Sending money on Vodafone Cash to all networks is now free. Send any amount of money as many times as you like to all networks for free. Dial *110# now to send money.
Any amount for Masumo. Studio 2. Put him in car. And yeah, we saw mommy.
This is the red news. Apologize.
The future is exciting. Ready?
And you're welcome back. Sister, City TV, City FM. Our WhatsApp number 054-998-6996. Prefix it with a country code +233 if you're messaging us from outside Ghana. And we do acknowledge all our viewers from across the continent. So, message here says, hello sisters. My boyfriend and I have dated for close to 3 years now. I love him very much and he claims to also love me. We were not sexually involved in our first year, and he classified the relationship as boring. After some time, he confessed that he had cheated on me with another lady. I therefore decided to get intimate with him because I love him and I want to keep him, but this was not a regular occurrence. Fast forward to sometime last year. We went on a date and slept out. Late in the night, I went through his phone when he was asleep and found out that he had cheated again with another lady. He noticed I went through his phone and addressed the issue. He apologized and promised never to do it again. Everything became normal and good with us, and I was enjoying our relationship. However, in September this year, I jokingly asked him if he has had sex this year, and he said he had, and that it was during lockdown. I became speechless. After a few days, I called him to ask him about it again, hoping he would tell me it was a joke, but he said he was serious. He also said he had no feelings for the other lady and that the only one he loves and has future plans for is me. Another thing which he said was that if I decide to end the relationship, he will understand and wish me well. I honestly feel hurt and betrayed right now. Dear sisters, I love this guy. What do I do? And that's coming in from Worried Kukwa. Zama, I'm coming straight to you. You're shaking your head. Let's hear what's on your mind.
Oh, girl. So this man who claims he loves you called you boring when you set a boundary in the relationship, admitted that he had sex with someone else to manipulate you into having sex with him when you'd set a boundary. And to top it all off, he said that if you decide to leave him, he will be fine. But he says that he wants to marry you. Leave this man, my sister. At this point, I don't even want to talk around it. It's that thing where we have to remind ourselves in relationships to pay attention to what a person does as well as what they say. And it's so easy to say sorry and to say, I won't do it again. But he also literally told you that if he left you and if you left him, he'd be fine. So maybe that's not the person you want to marry. And I hope you don't, because he's trash.
Straightforward, Ceci. What do you think?
I think this guy wants sex and not a relationship. And for the kind of person that the guy is, I don't think she should have broken that principle just because of him, just because she wants to keep him, because sex does not keep a man. It does not.
Répétez encore.
Sex does not keep a man.
In capital letters?
Sex does not keep a man. Oh, my dear. I said before that before someone comes out to say that I won't do again, you see signs. And the fact that he tells you just like that, oh, I slept with somebody, with no regard whatsoever for your feelings. Like I said, he's in for sex and not a relationship, because it looks like he's a liar too. I hate it when people keep saying that. There have been instances that I've come across that people will say that, oh, you're even lucky that he's open with you. Hey.
Stop that.
Stop it. It does not make it right. Because you are open with me about all your escapades, it doesn't make it right. It's like you are doing me a favor by being open with me. Meanwhile, it is the fundamental responsibility, because we are in a relationship. So we have to be open with each other. So you can't tell me that because you're open with me, so I should be privileged that you are open with me. Nonsense. But back to the issue. Back to the issue. See, my sister, it's obvious that this guy does not plan. He has no plans for you. He's just talking. Talk is cheap. It looks like you are, because like the way you are saying you love him, after all these things that you have told us, you are telling us that I love this guy, I don't want to lose him, I want to keep him. And I don't know whether you're a virgin, but you said you didn't want to have sex.
He was probably her first.
Okay.
Probably.
So supposing you're a virgin, so which means, Charlie,
it's all part of it, right? Because for a lot of women, it's like if they gave it to you, they expect you to carry through with it.
Exactly.
No, it's just a tally. Another one added to it.
It's really sad, because like I said, relationship, dear, compromise, but there are certain lengths you shouldn't go. You see, because right now you feel betrayed, you feel hurt, because you gave him something precious, and it looks like it's just one of his. It's just like any other day. So, sweetheart, scram, because he doesn't want you. He wants sex. It looks like because she said it wasn't a regular. She said it wasn't a regular occurrence.
Yeah.
So which means that you are not as crazy about sex as he is.
Right.
The two of you are not compatible because no matter what, you asked him in September.
Right.
Which means from January to September, no, you people have not done anything.
True. And he said lockdown, he was getting some.
No, this guy is not for you. Please go, because go where you are wanted, where you are cherished, because it looks like this guy, yeah, he's just keeping you for display. Yeah, this is my girlfriend, but Charlie, really, because protect yourself, protect your heart, and go, because he's not for you.
Alrighty, Rosina.
Okay. I'll start by saying that anything you fear to lose, you actually lose. So anything you are so afraid of losing, you eventually lose, because it's fear that is keeping you glued to that thing. It's not anything of substance that's keeping you to that thing. So the first thing is that you're in a relationship and you wanted to commit to the relationship in a certain way. You have your own principles. You discussed it. And both of you probably decided to stick to the no sex principle. That is something that should be respected, because this is something that was discussed. Now, the first red flag is that he said that without the sex you are boring. You see, sex should come as the dessert,
not the main meal.
Not the main deal. It should come as the dessert, even if it's present. If, for instance, maybe you found yourselves in some compromising situations and the bodies are talking and you guys cannot keep your hands off each other, then you can say that's a natural progression. But where he tells you that without you giving me this, we have become boring, which means that between the two of us, there's nothing.
You're right.
So this is the only thing. And then a principle that you've guarded for so long, I love him, then you give it up. That was the first red flag. Now, it could be that she probably really likes the sex, but her principles are haunting her. And that's why she can't do it all the time.
Right.
So anytime she does it, it's like that thing just to keep him.
Enough just to keep him, sort of thing. Yeah.
To keep him.
Yeah.
But the thing is that the thing about sex is that, you see, when somebody doesn't want you, but just wants to use you, all they need is to use you once. Lord, Charlie, diminishing returns. After the first usage, the second one, it goes down, goes down, goes down. It is when they value you that the importance of the sex continues to increase. Other than that, it devalues. So you kept on trying to do everything, bending your principles, bending back, all because I love him. Now, even if he cheated on you, I'm not saying he should lie, but it's not like you caught him. You just asked him a simple question. Oh, so this year have you? I'm expecting to say, oh no. But he tells you that, oh yeah, the corona time, I do one. Okay. Yeah, I know, well, it may worry you. You know, you're the one that I love. I didn't have any emotional, but if you want to go, go.
I'll understand.
I will understand. It means that you not being in his life, it's okay.
Yeah. He's good with that.
He's good. So what are you doing still loving him and wanting to be there? The end is chaotic. What I see at the end is very chaotic. This one is not like you are married that I'm going to say because you are married. Look, you're not married yet. This is the best time. Get out. Run out. Flee out. Catapult yourself out. Like just out. Because eject. And you know.
No, we get it, Charlie.
And because you see, permanently delete him from your mind, from your system, from your
hard
soul,
drive,
from the hard drive. Format the whole thing, because you see, people like this, listen, I don't blame you, because I know how it feels like to love somebody that doesn't love you back. And sometimes that love is not because of anything. You can't even pinpoint where. I was crazy about somebody's chin. About how his chin looks when he laughs.
Was there a cleft? Oh.
It was just long.
Hello, sister. Yeah.
It was just a long chin, you know what I mean? And he would piss me off all he could, but when he smiled, I'm like, you know, but today I see his picture, I'm like, really? You know what I mean? But the thing is that so I can understand how she's feeling. But some of us have been there and we have gone through it. So you can also go through it. And trust me, when you leave him, 2-3 years, when you chance upon him, you be like,
what did I see?
What did I see? So my dear, leave.
You know, I mean, love is a beautiful thing, you know, the whole butterflies, and especially when the guy is like your type, you know, everything you've ever wished for, you know, the kind of guy who will take you to the beach and, you know, serenade you. If you play the guitar, he'll play it and all that there. You know where I'm heading with this, right? Rosina knows my story. Oh,
it's so familiar. I'm like, oh, wait a minute.
Okay. But the guy has nothing else to offer. My sister, flee. Run. Because, and for me, listen, I hear everything you say. Let's say you're willing to forgive him for cheating and everything else that he's done. Do you know what stands out for me about this whole message that you said? Like the end where he says, if you decide to leave me, I understand. When someone loves you and wants you for themselves, there's no man who will love you wholeheartedly and give you an option to leave. That is the point where you should have known that he's not into you. In fact, I won't be surprised if you were the side chick all along. You're here thinking, oh, he's cheating on other women with me. You were probably the side chick. So yeah, you know what you need to do, sister. Go ahead and get it done. Messages coming through to the show. Greg says, so you think having sex with him will keep him from having sex elsewhere? Oh, ladies, shaking my head. No comment, but you made a comment. Janet says, what medicine should we give to these men? Cry. Essie says, your man is honest na akakakra. Okay, so for Zama that means it's left with a little bit. For me, I will shape him to the man I want him to be.
Really?
But sister, if symptoms still persist, don't consult a doctor. Leave. Elizabeth says, cheating is a decision or a choice. He won't change, my dear. These are total red flags. Save yourself the trouble. Love alone doesn't build a good, solid foundation in a relationship. Your foundation is really shaking. Don't wait until it collapses on you. You deserve better. Benedicta says he doesn't love you. The red flags are many. Please put love aside and move on. If you are ready to stand a cheating husband after marriage, then continue. All the best, because he's a chronic cheat and definitely not ready to change. Paul says, don't think he will change. It's either you accept that he's a cheat and stay around, or if you can't cope, leave. Marriage doesn't change people. Not even you can change him. The love he has for you is not strong enough. J. Jom says, Kukwa, what this guy is trying to do is to make you accept that it's okay to cheat in relationships or in a marriage. It's not normal, and don't accept it. You are way more valuable than this. You love him now until you get married and realize it takes more than love to make it work. All the best. Emma says, 1, he doesn't value or love you that much. He has more value or love for expressing his sexual feelings than to you. What people value, they protect from being damaged. In the case of humans, from being hurt. He has been having sexual escapades knowing very well it will hurt your feelings. 2, he probably has another person already in the mix or waiting in line. He says if you quit, he will understand. In other words, he's not so enthused about keeping you. Forgive my frankness. You are suppless to his requirements. Conclusion, whether he's playing you or not can't be determined by us. He's the only man or the only one who can answer that question, and I doubt he'll be honest. So what can you do? It's either you grow a huge sense of tolerance to help you deal with the shocks you'll be experiencing for many years, or you quit the relationship to keep your sanity. The decision is yours to make. And finally, Doreen says, he claims he loves you, but has other women or another woman in his life. If he doesn't have feelings for the other lady, why is he still keeping this lady in his life? My dear, he stopped loving you a long time. He didn't know how to end the relationship with you. Reason up. Is his name Arnold?
That's what she.
Whoa, okay. So Arnold has come under fire on the show today. I do not know this person. I do not. Hey. Okay. Sister. We'll go for a quick break. We'll be right back.
Charlie, what's up? Chai, no money. 20, no contribution, no job. But you pan 20 for this. See, I don't get nothing. The second baby just landed. So soon, but the first baby is just a year old. That is why he has kept it a secret. See, I just can't help it. My babe is fine. Look who is talking. We have fine wives too, but we plan our lives. Our wives take Secure oral contraceptive pill is trusted by many women because it has helped them to effectively plan their families. Jobo, have a discussion with your wife and go see your doctor or midwife for advice. Charlie, you guys open my eyes wide. Go pay you.
This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Hello, sweetheart. Tell me whatever you want. I will take you to Melcom and buy for you.
Oh, you are so late, Masa. I also received the SMS and I'm even planning going shopping now. So if you are ready, let's go, baby.
Melcom is back again with the hot Black Friday deals in this month of November.
Yeah! Shop at Melcom for your hot Black Friday deals every day in the month of November.
Ranging from supermarkets,
household,
furniture,
groceries,
electronics. In fact, there are thousands of these hot deals in any Melcom shop nationwide.
Melcom Black Friday. It's simply unbeatable.
But remember,
terms and conditions apply.
Melcom,
where Ghana shops.
Welcome back, Sister, City TV, City FM. My name is Jessica, and we're talking about relationships. Your comments are welcome. Once again, 054-998-6996, or you can send an email to jessica@cityfmonline.com. Raphael has sent us a message, and he says he started dating this lady recently. Says she visited me last Saturday, and while at my place, her ex-boyfriend called, and they spoke for a while. She says she doesn't love him anymore, but has not officially ended their relationship either. Honestly, I was taken aback. I expressed my discomfort. She promised to end things with the guy. Sisters, it's been over a week since we had that conversation, and she's now begging me to give her some time to end the relationship. Aside that, I've noticed a sudden change in her attitude. She no longer calls me as often as she used to, and also does not pick my calls as promptly as she used to. What annoys me is she doesn't return my calls and also sleeps off barely 5 minutes after we start a phone call. I'm confused about all this. We have plans to get married by the end of next year. How do I address this issue? Yeah, Ceci. Talk to me.
We are in the exes season.
Yeah, it looks like.
Wow.
They don't want to disappear.
Well, I think this guy is a side issue. Okay, now here's what I think is happening. I think this lady had a problem with her main man, and then she decided to take this guy up as a hobby. And I think now she has patched things up, and now she wants the guy to go. Because really, what was the first problem again? So right now, okay.
Visited, got a phone call.
And then the ex.
Yeah, the ex.
She wanted more time to
break up.
That's one. That's one. So you found out about this ex, you confronted her, and then she's telling you that give her more time.
Right.
So if he's an ex,
and she said they haven't even broken up.
So which means it's not official.
Yes.
So there's a separation, not a divorce.
Sort of, kind of.
Okay. So
she's thinking to be blunt or not to be blunt.
Like, okay, so like I said, the guy is the main, the guy is a side issue, because looking at, he doesn't pick your phone calls, he doesn't she doesn't pick your phone calls, and what else? She sleeps off like barely 5 minutes into a conversation, and she has gone back to the guy, and then she'll just have a hush conversation with you, and then she's off, because it looks like it is something that is happening very often. And every time we start talking in the evening, 5 minutes later you are gone.
Actually, I have a different theory.
Okay.
You know, sometimes like when you want to get someone off the phone quickly because there's someone else in your house, you'll pretend to be either sleeping or tired. You can't stay on the phone. Think about it.
Oh well. But I'll still stick to my own. The main guy is back, but I mean the whole point of this is that I do not think that, I think this woman is just trying to give you signs that, you know what, I don't want you around anymore. I don't want you around anymore, because all these things you are talking about, she doesn't pick your calls. Who friend is on fire. Oh. Massa, I don't know whether, seriously, I'm not sure he doesn't know what to do, because these are the red flags and then they are staring you in the face. The writing is on the wall. So I do not think that he doesn't know what to do. Probably he's just looking for some ray of hope that, give her some time. Maybe she hasn't gotten everything figured out yet, or maybe she's having complications or something. But I really don't know what he wants to hear. My opinion is that I don't think you mean so much to this woman like you think. You sound like a really nice guy. I'm sorry, but I don't think this woman wants you.
Right. Like
you would want her to want you. I think this ex is very much in the picture, more in the picture than you are. So that's about it.
Zama, let me come to you. I mean, how do you feel about this? You know, say you were in this person's shoes, you know, and your partner is saying, give me time to break up with the ex.
Listen, I think Ceci is right on the money. And I also think, Jessica, you're on the money in terms of someone else is there that, you know, she's hiring him off the phone for. As someone who has, and I'm not proud, ghosted people before, if I was in her shoes, I wouldn't even try and have a conversation with her. I would just, you know, like Sissy said, the writing's on the wall. I would read it and go. Because at this point, she's already said how she's felt. She's showed him how she feels. And as much as you may be looking for a ray of light, like you're just going to be stringing yourself along and wasting your time and investing more in this girl when she's obviously not invested in you. So I believe, as painful as it is, there's someone better out there for him, and he must just go.
Rosina.
To be blunt or not to be blunt? I know, right? You see, this issue of exes is something that I'm very passionate about. It's not a crime to have an ex. I have exes, and you don't necessarily have to be enemies with your exes, but you certainly need to set boundaries. And when I'm saying boundaries, clear-cut boundaries. An ex of mine has no business calling me at certain times of the day, no matter what. Unless, of course, it's a life and death situation or something. I mean, no matter what. And when an ex calls me, I don't see why I can't pick that call in the presence of my boyfriend or my husband and say, oh, what's up? And if he says, I'm just calling to check up on you, my nigga calling at this time.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to put you straight.
Make him realize that it's inappropriate.
It's inappropriate, you know. But people don't know how to draw lines between exes. I mean, once you've moved on from that person to somebody else, there's a reason why you moved on. It is important that you respect the new person you are with. and set clear-cut boundaries. There are some exes that both of you now decided, okay, we are ending it. They understand. But there are some who don't know that it's ended. And then they still keep on poking their nose. Those people, you need to stop them in their tracks one time. It has to be blunt, it has to be painful, it has to be quick, it has to be clear. I don't want you anymore. Now, that said, if the girl cannot, I don't know why she's even using the word ex. Somebody that she's asking you to give her time to break up with the person. That person is not an ex. That person is on leave. Or was on leave, and the person is resuming. So, yeah, where is the ex coming from? You understand? So, this guy is not an ex. This guy, like you said, maybe they were probably dating, something happened, or you know what, let's break up, I'm not talking to you. And out of, she probably wanted to do something to pain the guy, and she probably came for you, so the guy will know that, Charlie, she's hot, she can get anybody else. And you just happen to be there at Planquet. That's, you know, that's exactly how the girl is seeing you. The girl has no respect for you. Now, you have a problem with the guy calling. Probably had a problem with how long they were talking or how they were talking. Now he says, give me time to break up. 1 week still, they are still together. And she's not afraid of admitting to you that, oh, give me time, I'm still trying to work on it. She doesn't value you. She doesn't want to be with you. You are just in case.
Just by the way.
Just by the way. Something to prove to the boy that I need to a day. And you know what? Now that you found this out, all your conversations are going to be, so that dude, is he still in your life? Have you broken up with him? So your conversations are getting boring. It's all about trying to see whether the guy is still in your life. I don't think they talk about anything substantial anymore. And that's how come your conversations are, they don't go beyond 5 minutes. Because you are trying to put yourself in a relationship you are not in. That relationship, you are not in a relationship. You are not there.
There's no space for you.
There's no space for you. And you see, men, women alike, it's high time to be in a relationship. You need to love yourself first. I had to learn that the hard way.
Yes.
I thought that in a relationship, Charlie, you need to love the other person, do anything you can for the person, you know, be there for the person. But no, check this. You can only give true love if you know how to love yourself. I had to learn it the hard way. I was always giving, breaking my back, everything for the other person. And all I kept getting was trash. But the moment you start loving yourself, you start looking good, your confidence builds up, and that other person comes and knows that they cannot mess with you.
Exactly.
Because they know what they'll be losing if they mess with you. So we should begin to start loving ourselves as we should. If you yourself, you don't love yourself, how do you expect somebody else to love you?
Exactly.
Now, if you love yourself, you know that this is not the person for you. Like I told the other lady, you too, like you a man, you know what? Just go down and spring up, and jump out of it. Don't call her again. No, seriously, don't call her again. Don't get in touch with her. And trust you me, the next 2 months, she's not going to call. Hey, you haven't called me in a long time. And so
I moved on.
I've also moved on. You know what? I'm also in a relationship with somebody. I'm trying to see how it works. So Charlie, give me some time. Let me build this. If it doesn't, I'll come back to you. That's the kind of response you should give her. And just move out of the relationship. You see, it's high time people just respect themselves and respect the other person. Because you see, you're not the only person with a heart. The other person also has a heart, has feelings, has parents, brothers, family who love them. You don't have a right to destroy those people. It's not right. And if you don't love the person, it's not by force to love people too. So if you don't care about the person, walk out. And if you see that somebody doesn't care about you, please allow the person to go. This issue about, oh, there's marriage ahead, you know, marriage doesn't solve issues. It only complicates issues. Marriage is nice if the foundation of the marriage is solid. It's about you caring for each other. Then that's the way that things will happen. Charlie, yeah, but you still, you know. But when the marriage is built on issues, you just barely got it through to prove to people that, we have also got to marry. Let's actually, the issue say it gets compounded. It gets compounded, and today is an ex, tomorrow he's lying, the next day he's cheating, the next day he's even stealing, the next day he's insulting you, and then last he's beating you up. And so one day they'll come and carry your corpse and go and bury you, and just after your burial, 1 month later, you get married to somebody else. So Charlie, my thing is that if you're in a relationship, the partner doesn't respect you, if you're not married yet, it is the best time to get out. Sometimes it's the fear of the unknown. You think that beyond this relationship, you're probably too old, or you think the other party is too beautiful, too handsome, too rich, too, you think you can't get anybody like that. But I have testimonies of people who have left perfect relationships and marriages. And people like, hey, Charlie, and they've landed even better people
ones.
who respected them better. And they are so thankful for that boldness to move out and get somebody else who respected them. And I think we all deserve that for ourselves.
Sure.
Totally
Sorry
agree.
for talking plenty.
No, I mean, totally agree.
You're
totally
passionate.
agree.
Yeah.
Usually when someone isn't so quick to move on from an ex, it just means that they're still, apart from everything else, they're also not sure about you.
Sure.
Maybe she is really planning on breaking up with the ex, but I also feel like she's still really
hesitant.
Sure. So just think about that. But definitely you're not married yet. You're planning on getting married next year, but I'm not sure about this lady. Like, observe her for a little bit and take your own decisions. A message from Mami in Chiwa says, that means you're the side cock. But how can a side cock tell the lover to go break up with the main cock? Bro, you better forget the lady and save yourself now from any heart attack and confusion. V says she never broke up with her ex, as she claims he just came in at the wrong time thinking she had develop some love for the guy, move on and don't look back. It's just a waste of time, says this message. Peter says the signs clearly show that she does not love you. Forget her, focus on your life. There's one last message I really want to push through. We're out of time, but I'll give each of you a minute to address it because it's quite interesting. Says, hello sisters, I have a peculiar situation, which is this. After every sexual encounter with my husband, he watches porn on his phone and masturbates. I spoke to him about it. I spoke to him about it because I'm really uncomfortable and find it weird. He told me that he cannot stop. In his words, just as there's foreplay, there's afterplay. Damn. I don't feel I'm enough for him. What do I do? 1 minute each. Zama, just because of the reaction on your face, I'll come to you. What would you do if this was your husband?
I would have another conversation and call him out on that afterplay thing, because if you still have energy to go, then let's go together. And if she's a person that's like maybe not like one is good and refined, then that's also a conversation I believe that they need to have. But after play, no ma'am. No, what's after play? This is the first I've heard of that.
All right, Ceci, what do you think?
Yes, I think this conversation is also very important because probably there's some unfulfillment somewhere. So talk to him. What other fantasies do you have apart from what we have been doing? Talk to me so that, I mean, if we can strike some sort of agreement, then we can. Because obviously it's going to make you feel very, very inadequate. Yes, very inadequate. So that's it.
Rosina?
He has energy for afterplay.
Yes.
Hey. And for a second, this thing.
Yeah, man.
Oh. So I'm here. Let's go.
Let's go. But what if you're tired?
You see, but the thing is,
maybe you're a one-off person.
You see, some of these things. Some people have one or two issues. Maybe once a while he will do something like that. Maybe that day he's feeling very energetic. But when it becomes consistent, and sometimes some of these things, sometimes I keep saying that you may have your own vices, but out of respect, know where to do them. Even if that's the case, you shouldn't do it so that the woman knows that, okay, I've finished with you, but you are not enough for me. I'm not satisfied. I'm not going to get satisfied by watching other women. I'll do my own thing myself, and that's the only way I can sleep. After play is cuddle and sleep.
Exactly.
After play is cuddle. Why do you say cuddle? I said cuddle and cuddle. I said cuddle and sleep. So if you cuddle, you are not cuddle and sleeping. You are doing this highly energetic affair again, Charlie. Then it's a big problem. So I think you just need to have a conversation and see why. Unless, of course, you're also not open to certain things. Maybe if he wants to watch the porn together with you, then maybe that's a compromise both of you need to strike so that both of you get into the moment and then achieve it. But long and short, you need to have that conversation. I don't think it's fair for your husband to make you feel so inadequate. You guys need to meet somewhere.
Feel you. Not much to say here, but I want to say thank you to our sponsors, Vodafone and Secure. Now, Secure Pill is a low-dose daily oral contraceptive pill that is taken by women, of course, daily, to prevent unintended pregnancies. So if you want to take control of your life, I would recommend you try that contraceptive. And it's been protecting women for over 30 years, so you're guaranteed what they're offering. Secure Pills provide the modern woman with a convenient way to plan her lifestyle or her life. So with Secure, you decide. They're proud sponsors of Sister Sister. Zama, thank you so much for joining us from South Africa. It's been great having you. We're definitely seeing you again. Yes.
Thank you so much for having me. You guys are amazing. I had so much fun.
Great, good to know. And then, of course, Ceci, Rosina, thank you for your time as well.
Thank
to
you.
Our audience, we love you for tuning in every single week, on City FM and on City TV. My name is Jessica. Thanks for watching, and bye-bye for now.
Sister Sister is sponsored by Secure. Secure, you decide.